Hello everybody, hope that you are good. Today is Monday, it's the start of the new trading week. This week I have a feeling that it's going to be quite complex, okay? Because we have a lot of economic data coming out. We have non-farm payrolls, unemployment rate coming on Friday, JOLTS opening survey, Jerome Powell also speaking. Be careful, okay? My experience, instinct, feeling, call it as you want, it tells me that it could be a week with a lot of traps, liquidity grabs, stop hunts. Be careful, okay? So the first thing that I'm going to say is that this week I'm going to play with a smaller size than usual. I don't want to risk as much as usual. Still, I see some setups that developing that I want to pay attention to, and because I think that this week is going to be a week that we're gonna all the time try to get stop hunts and liquidity grabs. We have to try to figure out where the liquidity is, because we're gonna see those zones getting hit all the time. If you notice here, we've had this sideways move for a week. Yes, exactly for a week. And if you notice this zero line here, I talked about this yesterday in the Sunday update on Expo. I want to refresh a couple of things. This zero line, it's a strong resistance. You can see how it gets tested once, twice, 3 times, almost 4 times. So of course, above this line here, there is going to be a lot of stop losses. Okay, to me, that's a very clear area of liquidity, not of liquidations again, but of stop losses. I mean, probably some liquidations too, but mainly stop losses. There is going to be a lot of stop losses sitting above this area, okay? And thinking that that's correct, that there is liquidity there, then of course, price is going to go towards this area. And if it does so, then we can see 2 scenarios. The first one is a push up, consolidating above it, holding this area. That is telling you that it was not a sweep of the highs, and there is going to be continuation to the upside to 74,000, because we saw that in the liquidation hit must be high block capital, there is liquidity at this area, and that basically matches with this projection that I've been talking about for a couple of weeks. Okay, so that's the first scenario, and the other scenario is a push up towards this area, hit all these liquidations, come back lower, again below this line, tested a resistance, consolidation below resistance, and that is telling you that all this was a stop hunt, a liquidity grab, and price is going to continue dropping and ranging, okay, or even going for the lows. So those are the 2 setups that I am thinking that we can see in this line over there. So that's a couple of triggers that you can pay attention to and trade based on that if you trade based on reaction. And the other one is this area here. That's the current low of this range, okay? Of course, below this level here, there is also going to be a lot of stop losses, because any trader that is longing in this area here has placed a stop loss right below this line. So it wouldn't surprise me at all that if this week is going to be quite tricksy, that we see first something like this, okay? A sweep of the lows, get back above this line, tested a support, and that would be basically an entry trigger or an entry signal to go long, because the most likely thing is that then they're going to be aiming for the liquidity above the range highs. So I would love to see this scenario first, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen, because we are right now above the 4-hour 50 MA, and you can see that we are testing it as support for a couple of times. So as long as we hold above this level, then we could continue going up. So pay attention to this, okay? If you start to lose this level here, the 4-hour 50 MA, then we have to pay attention to this sweep of the lows, get back up above the lows, above support, and then that would be an entry to go long, aiming for this area above the range size, okay? So that's a couple of setups there to keep an eye on. Now, how am I trading this? Well, I'm not trading it on Bitcoin, okay? I'm keeping an eye on Bitcoin, because Bitcoin is going to tell me what is going to happen in the market, because all the coins follow Bitcoin. Altcoins, Ethereum, they follow Bitcoin. So, of course, Bitcoin is the main chart that I keep our attention to, but I want to talk to you about Ethereum, okay? If you look at Ethereum, Ethereum, I'm going to explain to you what these lines are. These are the lines that the retail trader is probably drawing. And why do I draw them? Because it's important to know what they're thinking. The first line, well, let me remove that so you can see more clearly. We had this trend line here. You can see how it was support all this time. Now, when this happens, it's very normal to see basically a drop or a liquidity grab below the trend line to hit all the stop losses, and that's basically what happened in this area here. Okay, so this area here that I'm marking right now, that is pretty much what we saw, a liquidity grab. So I was expecting that. That's what I didn't want to go long here, and I wanted to see this here first. All right, then I went long at this area, then I closed the long here. That was a scalp that I did last night. And now if you notice, there is a new trend line developing here. That is that one. So the question is, are we going to see the same happening to this trend line, or are we actually going to see some consolidation between this support and this resistance, with the 4-hour 50 MA also helping as support, and then an upside move? That's what I'm keeping an eye on to see. That's what I have these trend lines here to see, basically, to give me some ideas. The way that I'm going to trade this is basically I'm going to be trading Ethereum. I did this last night. Today I'm going to do the same, and I'm going to explain to you why. If you notice, Ethereum is 15% away from the highs. Okay? If you go to Bitcoin, Bitcoin is only 6% away from the highs. So you can see the difference, right? Now, if Bitcoin goes up or the markets go up, Ethereum has a lot more rewards than Bitcoin because there is a lot more imbalances and area to recover. The reason why Ethereum has dropped more and it's recovering slower is because the Ethereum Bitcoin pair, okay? Take this as the dominance of Bitcoin on Ethereum. You can see this drop on the Ethereum Bitcoin pair, and that's why Ethereum has underperformed versus Bitcoin. All right, now if you go into the daily time frame, you can see that this is somewhat of a range here. That's your range highs, a couple of deviations, quite normal. This is your range lows, another deviation, normal. But right now we are at support, we're at the range low. So why not? Why couldn't it start to go again towards the range highs? Because if you notice, they are just playing ping pong here. Drop, go up, drop, up, well, kind of. Drop, go up, drop, up, drop, up. You know what I mean, right? So why not? Why couldn't I start to see in the Ethereum Bitcoin pair, start to see again this kind of upside move that we see so frequently? Then that takes me to lower time frame, 4 hours time frame. And what I saw here is this week. You can see this week over here, marked by the yellow line. Week fill strategy tells me that this week gets filled. It got filled the 50%. Still price went back lower, and at this point it's telling you that they're gonna go lower. They're gonna go for the 100% fill because there is no other reason why they would revisit this level. And this basically because they want to continue filling the wick. So it goes to the 100% of the wick, sweep of the lows, then retest of support, perfect. And right now we have to see what it does, but this could be a beautiful reversal pattern in the Ethereum Bitcoin pair. We want to start seeing again something like this. Okay, a bit of consolidation here above the 4-hour 50 MA, and maybe that's when the momentum can change and we can start to see something like that. Now, if that is the case, that's what takes me to the Ethereum USDT pair, and I'm drawing this idea, okay, of seeing Ethereum going higher. Of course, for that we need Bitcoin to go up too, but in the case that we think that the market can go up, then why not trade Ethereum if it's gonna give us a better setup, a better reward? So how am I trading this? Well, if you want to play super careful, what I would tell you is to enter here, at this trigger here, because of course you have here strong resistance And the safest entry would be to enter at the flip of this resistance into support. So if we see a move to the upside and then a retrace and we hold this support, that's what you could be entering for continuation. Okay, that would be the safest entry. But I like to trade an entry at different stages, okay, with different orders. That's the way I usually play. Okay, so instead, what I'm doing is I'm keeping a big size order there. Well, I'm not putting a limit order. I trade when I see the price action doing what I want. So if I enter there, maybe I'm entering a resistance, okay, if I put a limit order. So no, first I want to see this move and then the retrace, and that's when I enter. Because again, if you put a limit order, then it's going to get triggered when it hits resistance and then you can see the drop. So that's the importance of, at least for me, having some screen time and being able to tell where I enter. So that's my bigger entry. It's going to be there because it's the safest entry. But then I'm thinking about other entries. And, well, let me remove this trend line. Let's play with this one because I guess that's what the retail is doing. They've changed the trend line. You know how they are. If the trend line gets broken, they find another one. So this is so far what everybody's looking at, okay? I imagine. It's very possible that if Bitcoin, because again, this depends only on Bitcoin. If Bitcoin drops here to this, to the range lows, to the liquidity below the range lows, then Ethereum will do the same. Ethereum will take the liquidity, the stop losses below this trend line, these ones, okay? And that could drop, I don't know, tell me about it. It could even drop here towards this level here, okay? Around 3,400, give or take. And that would be a place where, again, depending on what Bitcoin does, I would enter Ethereum. For example, I'm going to give you some ideas. If Bitcoin does this drop first, and then we see Bitcoin doing this, okay, recovering the range, testing a support, that's what I would enter in Ethereum. That would be my entry in Ethereum. I don't know if that would be a 3,400, 3,380, 3,420, I don't know. But I guess around this area. So that would be what I would enter. Now, there is another chance, and is that Bitcoin goes straight away, instead of doing that, to the range highs. Which I think, so far, we have the advantage of testing the 4-hour 50 EMA support. So I believe that it's more likely that we do that next, okay? That we go to the range highs, based on probabilities. So going back to the Ethereum chart, let me remove this. In Ethereum, we are also above the 4-hour 50 EMA right now, and this trend line is support. So far, I've already entered here. I've already entered just right before starting to film this video. I have an entry on Ethereum, I'm on the trade, and I'm gonna see if this can happen first, okay? If this happens, then I'm gonna enter again with a bigger size order, and my take profits is going to be around this area because I can see here this liquidity pool over there. Right? So that will be my take profits there. That is how I'm playing the charts today, and I don't think I could have been clearer and in a more transparent way than this. You know my triggers, my setup, if I'm in a position or not. I am. Small size, again I repeat, if you want to play and enter here, small size, and then once you see this, you can enter with bigger size because you're gonna be in a much safer environment to trade, okay? Because you're gonna see that retrace and continuation. And if you enter here with bigger size instead, I think it's a bad idea because you also have some probabilities of Bitcoin dropping below the range lows to take that liquidity, Ethereum doing the same, and then here you're gonna lose money. All right, and if I think what are the chances of Bitcoin doing one thing or the other, just because we are above the 4-hour 50 MA, I give this 60%, and this idea a 40%. of probabilities. It's very even at the moment, okay? That's why if you want to trade now, you have to be very careful. Don't enter with bigger size just now. Wait for something more clear, all right? I don't care if you trade Ethereum, Bitcoin, Pepe. Just be careful, okay? Because capital preservation is very important. Anyway, I think I'm going to wrap this video here. I'm not going to go through the liquidation heat maps because I saw that yesterday on Twitter, well, on X, and nothing has really changed. In the 7 days time frame, you're going to see in the liquidation heat maps the liquidity at this area here and the liquidity in this area here, because that's what the chart is showing, the highs, the lows, you know what I say. In the order book, it's pretty much quite even also, okay? So I think that's pretty much everything that I want to say. Oh yes, by the way, on Saturday, that was 2 days ago, we published on our website, CrypNuevo.com, the new courses. So you can book the course for, the next course is the 15th of April. We've already sold almost 50% of all the places. There are still some places there, so you can go to the website, book your place, and you get straight away added to the Telegram channel where we'll have the course, okay? So in case any of you are interested and missed out, you still have that chance to join the course, okay? So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.